Here's one more on Micah Parsons, his perspective regarding the protection or lack thereof for defensive players.
We put so much emphasis on protecting the offense, like protect the defense. Like a guy could be trying to catch the ball and you make a defensive play so he doesn't catch it, and it's targeting. It's a flag now. But a defensive end could be rushing and engaged with another player, and the guy could come blow his ribs out. And we're not considered defenseless. But like we said, it's an offensive league. Like I think a lot of the rules, and it's like guy like damn near hurt Van Ness last week. Like, what are we doing? Like, if you're going to say it's about protecting the players, then protect all players. Don't just protect one side of the ball. Like, I don't mind guys chipping from the outside, but like running backs want to come and sneak players while we're engaged with offensive linemen, that's like, who are we kidding? You want to find guys for putting their head down, but you can be engaged with an offensive tackle and the guard can come put his head right into your head. What are we talking about here? Like, and look how many times that's on film. Guys putting their head down and trying to come clean your clock. But you can't do that to offensive players. Get a $50,000 fine. I might get a fine for this conference.
Oh, he probably will. Now, I think he's skewing the facts a little bit. He was 10 years old when the NFL had its concussion epiphany in 2009, almost to the day. It was late October. Commissioner and the head of the union got called to Capitol Hill, and it was made clear to them, clean up your mess or we're going to clean it up for you. By 2010, that was when the issue of hitting defenseless players in the head and neck area became a thing. And that's what he's referring to. You go after a receiver. If you hit him in the head or neck area right after he's caught a pass and he's defenseless, you're going to get flagged, you're going to get fined. And if you get fined enough, you're going to get suspended. That's been around since he was a little kid, before he ever even played junior high football. That's been part of the game. This isn't something that just happened this year. That's what seems odd to me about this. He's acting like it just happened. This has been part of football for 16 years now. And they have made changes aimed at protecting the defensive players. You can't get hit low when you're engaged high. And in theory, if somebody comes at you helmet first, spearing you, they're going to at least fine him. We see fines for lowering the helmet and using the helmet every week. We don't see flags very often, and sometimes we see flags when we shouldn't. But I don't know. I just feel like he was venting about things that, like I said earlier, Hyman Roth, this is the life we've chosen. This isn't some new, sudden development in football. It's been there for as long as he's been in the NFL. And I don't know why he picked now to be the moment that he decided to sound off on something that has been integral to the sport since he's been part of it.
Maybe he's frustrated. Maybe he's just frustrated with how things are being called right now. But everything you said about, Micah Parsons' comments and how there's really no news breaking, like, comment from him might be why he escapes a fine. Like, what would you fine? Would you like, I don't know if you would, if you're the league, it's not like he said the officials are corrupt. He didn't say anything like that, or the league knows that there's some kind of conspiracy. He didn't say anything really detrimental to the league. He gave his opinions about how the game is being called. And he didn't do it after a game. It's not in a response to anything specific. He'll probably escape a fine because he said it when he said it. Now, if you say it after, the Packers, lose a game and you're going at specific officials, then maybe they'll lighten your pocket a little bit, but maybe not this time.
There's a sensitivity now, I think, to any comments that would suggest bias. Now, typically it would be bias in the favor of one team, and I'll give you a data point to prove that in a second. But I think the NFL is sensitive to anything that would undermine the integrity of the game, especially in an age of legalized, normalized, and monetized gambling. they can't afford to have people think that anything is creeping into the process of calling fouls or not calling fouls other than what the officials saw. And so if he's peeling back the curtain on these inconsistencies, that could give him trouble. And here's what happened earlier this year after the Texans and the Chiefs played in the postseason. Joe Mixon got fined for something he didn't even say. That's how sensitive they are right now. A tweet from TJ Houshmandzadeh got attributed to Mixon in an article on SI.com. Somebody from the league saw that, and they fined Mixon. And then when that came to light, they found something else Mixon actually said and fined him for that instead. He won the appeal. But that was a $25,000 fine. So they're very sensitive right now. They understand. Look, they've jumped in bed with gambling. Owners are allowed to hold up to 5% equity in a company that operates a sports book. They won't tell you who, but they can be the house. They're sponsored by all the major sports books. And back when they hated gambling, the commissioner said normal incidents to the game will be suspected of being involved by, it will create speculation of game fixing and distrust of yada, yada. So I think that anytime anyone dares to suggest that something fishy is going on, they're going to come down on them. That's my point. I didn't make it as articulately as I would like, but that's my point.
Well, I'll say this. I'll say this quickly, Mike, because I know we got to get to a break. But if I were Micah Parsons and they tried to find me for what I said, I would make a quick call to my personal attorney, Michael Florio, to defend me. Because this is what, look, the ship has sailed a long time ago with the appearance of bias, because of exactly what you just said, because of gambling. Now, I don't think there was anything crazy going on last night. I don't think there was anything there's nothing underhanded, fishy last night. But in the age of gambling, we have prop bets. Somebody lost money last night when T. Higgins slid instead of going into the end zone. So, the players don't know that. The players aren't thinking like that. But there are some people who are really mad last night because here we go. There's a touchdown from T. Higgins. Oh, no, he slid. You're going to have a million scenarios like that because you are involved with gambling. It's a relationship. It's a partnership. We see ads all over the place. We see the ads, and then at the end of the ad, what do we say all the time? We read the ad and we say, please gamble responsibly. Yeah. At the very end to protect ourselves. So.
With all the little fine print that nobody ever reads. Michael, that's what happens. And don't get me started. I don't want to do a get off my lawn thing, but get off my lawn. When it stops being about the game and it starts being about which of the various pieces on the game board score touchdowns or how many yards they get or stuff that's unrelated to who wins and who loses, this is what you get. And people are going to be watching this and they're going to wonder and they're going to say and they're going to be pissed. They're going to be pissed about things other than who won the game or lost the game. All this irrelevant stuff to the game. All this stuff is extraneous and irrelevant. Prop bets, extraneous and irrelevant. Anytime touchdowns, extraneous and irrelevant. And I can't tell you how much I hate those things because they have nothing to do with the game. They are extraneous to the game. They're trying to create a game within a game that bastardizes the whole concept and creates those suspicions and unnecessary issues. And people saying, why'd he go down at the 5? The Jordan Davis blocked field goal, return for a touchdown. He wasn't thinking about the point spread. I'll tell you who was. Anybody who had the Eagles covering the spread, that's who was, or who had the Rams covering the spread, excuse me. That's who was thinking about that. And you invite all that under the big top when you say, gimme every dollar that you possibly can. So we'll see how many dollars the NFL says, gimme, gimme, gimme to Micah Parsons.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.